Hello, friends. Welcome to Squaird Plans, where creative planning and organization comes to life. I'm Stephanie, and today we're going to be setting up the month of December in my memory planner. We'll decorate a monthly spread and a currently page in a cute holiday theme. So come play with me. And I've got some washi tapes here ready to go, along with a couple of brush tip markers I'll be using. I also grabbed this punch in case I need it, these Planning Things sticker books, and this Aesthetic Plan sticker book, which I'll pull from. Okay, gonna go ahead and lay down some wax paper and get started on the design for the month. And I decided I'm going to use these stickers once again from Aesthetic Plans. This time I'm going to use a clear version. She has a paper version and a clear version of these kind of Nordic style Christmas holiday stickers that I thought would be a cute and fitting theme that is seasonal as well. I'm also going to be pulling in some circle stickers here from Planning. I wasn't sure if I was going to use these, which are a little bit small for the space, or punch my own out of that same sticker book from a square version of those stickers, but decided to go ahead and do the smaller circles and see if I can make that work. But basically, I'm going to turn those into hanging ornaments just to have, again, a little bit more of that holiday festive vibe. And now I'm starting to lay in some of the clear stickers from this sticker book. Just putting them wherever they seem to make sense. I'm going to design a little fireplace scene here, along with maybe like a little presents and tree area down at the bottom in the empty days. And then at the top, I'm thinking more hanging things like the branch up there and stockings, what have you. So we'll see how this all turns out. I do kind of like the non-traditional red and green colors, instead going with the brown and green. I think that has a little bit more of a softer, more natural feel, which I'm excited about for the month. I'm sure I'm going to exhaust my planner with red and green spreads, so it's always nice to have a little bit of variation when I do the monthlies so that it doesn't feel too repetitive. I've had that problem in the past when I do fall spreads for like 3 months straight, and I just get really tired of the fall colors at the end. So this might be one of those things where, the green and the brown is a nice reprieve from all the red and green that's probably going to be going on in my planner. I do use this for memory keeping, and I want to stick with pretty much decor on the outside edges where possible. So it allows me to use each day to its fullest and write in my memory each day. So you're not going to see me really put a lot of decor in the middle. The hanging ornaments, I'm planning on actually writing on them whatever my highlight is for the day. So they'll be more like a functional circle versus decorative. And then we'll just see how I play around with some of the other space that's functional as well. May add in some washi, but nothing crazy, I don't think. I just dropped in a couple quotes, again from the same sticker book. I put in Merry and Bright at the top. That's in an empty day right at the beginning of the month. And then I went ahead and used the Stay Cozy quote there at the bottom. Kind of felt like that space was giving a cozy vibe, so that should look pretty good. I've also dropped in a box into the sidebar in case I want to bring a highlight out on this page for the month. It's the holidays, so you never know. Maybe I'll have a visitation from somebody or go and see some family or something, you know what I mean? So it's just a little space to call something like that out. I have some stars there in the sidebar, which I'll also have hanging from the top. I added in like a silver garland to fill the space next to the clock because I have it somewhat offset on the outer edge. The clock doesn't feel right being centered in the sidebar because I'm imagining it would be like a clock hanging above the fireplace. So it left a bit of a gap there that needed something to make it feel more full. And now I'm dropping in the washi tape. I have this really cute green with a script kind of overlay washi, and then I wasn't sure which of these brown options I wanted to pair with it, but decided on this more plaid brown toned washi, and I think that's a really good complement. Did 3 sections of washi, or 3 setups there, every other week, and I also did center, side, top, middle, bottom. That again is a nice way to keep balance when you're using odd numbers. Okay, so I've already started to white out this area down at the bottom. Only the darker black lines though. I'm pretty fine with the gray line showing through, but the black lines tend to be a bit more distracting when you have clear stickers on top of them. So I just whited out those sections. And I'm going to move things over. To draw the lines here of these hanging ornaments, I'm using those 2 brush pens that I pulled. I'm matching the color of those brush pens to the actual ornament, just to give it a little bit more, I don't know, color, I guess, on the spread. And then I'm going to draw in a little nubbin right at the top where that string should be connecting to the ornament, just to make it look a little more authentic. And having the matching color was perfect, so it really sold the idea that it is one ornament. Just dropping things in now, including this washi. I'm going to trim off the edges so that it stays contained within the month. And like I was saying before, I've dropped these in 3s. And the best way I found to balance it is to do one side, then the other, and then a center, and doing kind of the same thing top to bottom. Basically spreading out the clusters of 3 into thirds around the space. I like the little hanging stockings. I am whiting out any of the areas where those touch the black lines. And we'll drop in the rest of these trees while that dries. Laying in the last of this washi now, and I will trim it off. Really like this little fireplace moment that I created here. Go ahead and drop in the rest of these stickers. Cute, cute. And I just drew in some hanging strings for the stars as well. And I used my 0.2 fine liner for that. Just trim off the edges, any hanging stickers. Also separated the pages too a minute ago. And I think that's it for that page. We will also be setting up a currently page here on the back. In case I haven't mentioned it, I'm using inserts from my Etsy shop. This is the lined monthly. It includes a year's worth of line monthlies and then this back end notes page, which I'm going to set up, like I said, as a currently. pretty much matching the same vibes and theme as the front. So I'm just going to start adding in the things that I saw added in on the front, or that I decided to add in on the front, and then just see where this leads. As I'm setting it up too, I'm going to be dropping in a number of boxes. There are some boxes here in the Planning Things sticker book, which I might pull in also from the Casthetic book. I also ended up only using the Planning Thing Autumn boxes, a sticker book. I think I had pulled the pastel rainbow version as well, but didn't end up using those or needing them. So I only ended up using this one Colorful Boxes sticker book. And now I am just moving things around. I did pull in a few circle stickers from that book. They're quite a bit larger than the ones I use in the front. I'm going to put them near the bottom so that it gives you a sense of depth as you look at it, like they're actually closer to you. You'll see when I have it finally set up. But I went ahead and added in 3 of those. We'll work some of these decor stickers in and around those and the larger boxes. Just trying to get everything in without it feeling too cramped. I'm going to use this other piece of a sticker that I cut earlier, and I think I'm going to have to cut it down again to get it to fit. But I really wanted to use it, so I'm going to maneuver a few things around and snuggle this guy in right here, which I really like it sitting on the box. Thought about moving that washi tape down, which might have been a good move actually, and then adding some more at the top on the opposite side, but decided not to because I still need room for maybe like a quote and then the title of the page, which is, currently page or something. So it will need some white space. Decided to use this Deck the Halls with Boughs of Holly. Felt like it was going to be too tight for this space, so I started cutting it apart and then trying to work it in. Go back and forth with this a little bit. We'll see how it ends up in the end. It's a little too long, but it feels a little too tight with the words all stacked. We'll go with this for now and see what happens when we lay things down on the page. Let's go ahead and start with this washi tape and then this bottom corner. Since I am going to have some of these boxes hanging off the edge, I'm gonna have to punch the holes through anyway, so I might as well just commit. Instead of just, doing it a little bit, might as well just go all the way. Just gonna move a few things around to adjust. Lay in these stars here around this box at the top, and this washi tape as well. This box cluster. And then let's see what we're going to do with this quote. Went back and forth a lot on this thing, how I wanted it to look. I'm cutting apart some of the longer phrases into smaller words and phrases. And when I change my mind, I change my mind. So we'll see. Forgot to add in the strings before I laid it in the stickers, so we're just going to pull up anything that might interfere here. And then again, like I said, I went back and forth on this, so I changed my mind on how I wanted this part to look. And now we have to draw in the string here for this ornament, so I had to move the bottom quote out a little bit. That looks good. And then I should have just left this poor, like, deer, I don't know, decor as it was, because then I needed to go back and white out wherever the deer body was so you wouldn't see that line I just drew behind it. This is silly. I should have just left it and drew around it. And then finally I'll add in these star lines here for them to be hanging from the top. And finish out the ornament caps there. Let's trim this up. Looks good. So here I'm going to go ahead and punch this page to get out all of the extra sticker there. And then I'll just hand cut this one that has just a smidge of washi tape overlapping it. Let's go ahead and label some of these boxes. First off, I'll add in a title for the page. And then I got the idea when I wrote it in to maybe frame it. So let's see what we do here. Had to modify this frame in order to make it fit nicely. And how cute is that? And then I decided to, while I was in here, to add some headers to the boxes for labeling, adding just a bit more color and interest to the page. Just dropping in some small boxes here on each of the larger ones. And now we'll write them in. Of course, I have to do my favorite too, which is what I'm watching, what I'm reading, and then what I'm eating, doing, and then finally what I'm planning. And that's pretty much going to do it for us, friends. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up down below. Also too, go ahead and leave me a comment if you'd like to get in touch. And think about subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, if you'd like to see more of my videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And we'll see you next time. Bye.